Shout out to the ones watching this because it's time to play defense. And what I mean by defense, it's time to activate your gifts. It's time to activate your skills. It's time to unlock that mindset in order for you to protect yourself from these people out here, man. In order for you to protect yourself against your own family members. Because when it comes to being black, when it comes to dealing with black family dynamics, man, it gets very, very dangerous, man. It gets very, very disgusting and disturbing when it comes to the attitudes, the character, when it comes to the mentality a lot of these individuals have, a lot of these relatives have, when it comes to lack of empathy, lack of understanding, lack of patience and humility. It's very unfortunate. And when we talk about somebody that's gifted, somebody that's structured, somebody that's thorough, somebody that's creative, empathetic, man, you gotta divest yourself from these individuals, man. Because when you somebody that's of that high hierarchy, when it comes to you being humility, but you being gifted, you being intelligent, but being noble about it, being humble about it, man, people will attack you. People will come after you, man, because of their entitlement, their insecurity, because of their setbacks, because of their lack of identity. When it comes to you being empowered by who you are, by you being who you are, because it's all about who you are. It ain't about when your birthday was, where you grew up, who was around. It's all about who you are, man. I absolutely assure you, it's all about who you are, man. And you guys should know, like, we in a matrix, man. People like to use information and personal information about people against people. And it's crazy because we so far in the matrix where people will use your birthday or when you was born or against you. Like, that's how divided we are as people here in the world, in America, man. We're divided by things like that, you know what I mean? And it's only going to get worse depending on your morals, your accountability, what you choose to believe in, what you choose to entertain, man, and encourage. Because, man, people are only going to get slower. And when it comes to attractive people, man, people who have attractive qualities, it ain't got to be looks. When it comes to people who know how to communicate, people who know how to show love, people who have empathy, people who know how to hold themselves accountable when it comes to taking on responsibility and being kind and treating people the right way, man, and always having a positive outlook on things, people will attack those people, man. People will target those people. People think people like that is slow. People who show up with a positive mindset, positive outlook, who are always in a good mood, smiling, happy. People be thinking people like that is slow, or there's something wrong with people like that, you know what I mean? And people are so heartbroken these days where you can't even be in a good mood around people. Like, I've noticed that growing up, like, it be hard to be in a good mood when you're around certain people because they project and they just feel the need to kill your vibe. Like Kendrick Lamar, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Like, people out here be trying to kill people's vibe and shit. Like, and the thing about me, like, I'm not simple-minded, you know what I mean? I've always been open-minded. I never entertained that beef shit with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I don't entertain beefs. Never entertained the Pac and Big beef. You know what I mean? The Jay-Z and Nas beef. I never entertained that type of stuff, man. Yeah, I've entertained when it comes to like good music and when it comes to celebrating the culture and things of that nature. But when it comes to black people going against black people, I'm not entertained by that. When it comes to people going against people in general, people who work towards things and tearing people down like that, trying to tear somebody down who built their own brand and stuff like that, I'm not for that, man. I'm not for that movement. And I don't know what's going on out here these days, man. And it's been like that for years on top of years. Because there's that thing where people believe in cancel culture, and it's ridiculous, man, because I'm not a fan of tearing people down, especially my own people, man. I like to support people. I support people, man. And I respect people who can go through things and deal with the things we got to deal with in America as black people and still have a positive outlook on life. I respect people like that, and I'm honored to continue to seek collaboration with people like that, you know what I mean? Because it's empowering to elevate yourself and surround yourself with like-minded individuals. And when somebody coming from the struggle, it's hard, man. It's hard to get away from these individuals, man, who just don't want to think the way you think. And they don't have to, but when it comes to people like that attacking you and trying to project onto you, that's when the problem starts, man. And this is how it starts right here. Right here, this is how it starts. People do things to attack you, whether that's your nervous system, whether that's trying to intimidate you through body language, passive aggressiveness, staring, saying little things, backhand compliments, or just things to make it seem like you don't know who you are, or you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't know nothing about what's going on in today's time. People will try to do things to make it seem like you not who you say you are, or you just this bad person, man. But when you somebody who always carries yourself, when it comes to having that mindset, man, having a positive outlook on things, even when you in a bad environment, even when you in a tough situation, it's imperative that you always maneuver, you always navigate in your everyday life with a positive outlook. You know what I mean? Even when you getting attacked, even when people around you is continuing to hinder you from reaching your best version of yourself, you know what I mean? Even when people is trying to do things to manipulate your situation when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your own living space, you know what I mean? When it comes to you being able to operate in your full energy, when it comes to you being able to show up, people do things to manipulate the situation, man. And this right here is just this was just the beginning. You know what I mean? When it comes to actually being attacked, you know what I mean, physically. It did happen again last summer. You know what I mean? And people don't understand, man. It's not always about energy. It's about the internal too. It's about spirit. Being able to carry the spirit of joy, the spirit of love, man, happiness, the spirit of peace, calmness, understanding. You know what I mean? People don't understand, which is why a lot of people, they go wrong by trying to energy match. They go wrong by trying to compare themselves. And that leads to situations like this. That leads to people getting hurt when it comes to people gossiping at jobs. That leads to people getting shot and things of that nature, man. People trying to compare themselves and trying to manipulate or attack people who aren't meant to be like them. People that's just meant to be different. That's meant to be set apart, man. You know what I mean? And I get it, man. A lot of people out here struggle with finding their identity, you know what I mean? because a lot of people compare themselves, you know what I mean? But you want to know these things. You want to have that mindset to where you are fully aware. That way you can protect yourself, man. But it starts with you unlocking that awareness, having that mindset. It starts with you unlocking those skills, those gifts. But sometimes they can only be unlocked. They can only get unlocked when you're going through your hardest times, when you're going through the toughest times, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes that key idea don't come through, don't come to you until you get rid of all the distractions, or you just let go of what is not serving your best purpose. You know what I mean?